Like, whoa.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is presented by Underdog. If you're new to Underdog, today's the day. Get $100 in bonus entries when you play just $5 with code It Is What It Is. So we've been with Underdog for quite some time, so trust me, y'all, this is the best offer they've ever dropped. You don't want to miss it. You can make your picks right now in most states, including Georgia, Texas, and California, just to name a few. Make sure y'all support the show, hit that subscribe button, lock in your bonus, and start playing today with code It Is What It Is. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your host Cam. Mace will be back, and today we are joined with our analyst Maurice Clarett.
Mo, what's up, man?
What's going on, baby? How y'all doing?
Man, suit back on. Listen, man, you did the suit 5 weeks, black T-shirt, Connecticut. Now you back corporate. I know what's going on. Corporate Columbus, Mo. And then you get the trenches up in motherfucking in Connecticut because y'all lost last year. This is the championship, what the championship look, and you back in the great Connecticut. I dig it though, man. What's good with you? How you doing?
I'm great. Today my birthday. It's a great day.
Get the fuck out of here. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Maurice.
That's what's up, man. Happy birthday, baby. I'm happy you here, man. I'm happy you made it, man.
Yeah, I was happy that the show was actually on my birthday. That's one thing I was looking forward to. Now, no pun intended, I had to put on my birthday suit for y'all.
Yeah.
That is pause.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, man. Yo, like I said, listen, man, all of us up here outside of Stat been through some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just really want to tell you, man, that, you know, once in a while I always bring up what you did in the past and so on, and I'm not going to do that today, but just to reach another birthday, another milestone in your life, man, much credited to you the way you are today and from where you came from and what you've been through. And I'm just happy that you're part of what we're doing, man. Happy birthday to you, brother.
Nah, I appreciate the message. Appreciate being a part of the show. And one day we'll travel through the whole story, a lot of the milestone. The Youngstown Boys show a certain part or talk about certain parts of it, but then there's certain parts of the story you can't really talk about to ESPN reporters because they just won't understand it. And one day I just may sit down and rap with you about it.
Yeah, I would love that.
Because more people understand stuff in context when you talk to somebody who dealt with street shit. So
absolutely, 100%.
One day.
Yeah, let's get it done.
That's dope. Real quick, Maurice, are you going to celebrate or are you chilling?
I mean, I work a lot.
Yeah.
So, I enjoy work. So I'll do something with my kids later on today, and later on in the night it'll be pink horsepower time. So I'll celebrate.
There you go. They're going to make another one, man. You're going to get another baby in there tonight, baby. Make sure she ain't ovulating.
I ain't going to do that.
You make sure there ain't no ovulation going on. You never know. You never know, man.
Yeah, like
nah.
Listen, man. Listen, man. A$AP Rocky got 2 babies off the horsepower, man.
Hey, well, I'm done with the last one. That's the third one was too much for me. The littlest one, he's 3 years old, and man, raising the baby in your 40s is different. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got the energy.
Yeah, listen, man. I said that to myself. I said, yo, I had my son, I believe, at the right time because I got to enjoy. He became 18 when I believe I was like maybe 40. So I get to enjoy all my 40s, my 50s, because, I be talking to my nigga Suge, and I be like, yo, if you have a baby right now, you're going to be in parent-teacher conference when you 61. You're going to be 61. Nobody want to be at parent-teacher conference at 61 years old. Imagine you have a baby right now, Sinner's in the studio. Sinner have a baby right now, and then you're going to be mad grumpy at 59 on the monkey bars. Nobody want to be 59 trying to figure out their kids on the monkey bar. I do wish one day they have kids. It's a great experience to have, absolutely, if you never had them. But it's just at a certain age, you like, God damn, I got to go to this talent show. My little daughter ain't got no talent. I gotta act like she talented and shit. Yay! Go to games where you know your kid can't really play that well, show the support. After a certain age, you like, God damn, man. So we like, yeah, man. You know, congratulations. Have a good time tonight, man.
I will do.
And side note, that is just a funny ass perspective because I never even heard about it from that angle. But you're right, I guess.
Yeah, like I'm keeping it real for you, Stay. You 24.
Yeah.
You think about it like this, right? If you had a baby today, you can't have no baby today.
Yeah.
But if you probably be 25 if you got started today.
Yeah.
You're gonna be 43 by the time you finish doing what you got to do. If you start today, I was 23 when I had my kid. 24, 23, 24, one of them. But the point being is, y'all running behind. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, can't play them games and wait till you're 35 and 36 and 42 and 40. I'm telling you, it is nothing. Yo, you know how much joy I get out of being like, because when you're in your 20s and have a kid and all that shit, it's dope because, you know, you still moving around, especially if you're a couple dollars, you move around, you go do this, that, third. You're like, man, this nigga ain't getting no playing time. I go to this football game. Yay! Nigga get in with nobody when they win in 68-3, then your son get in for 4 minutes. Nobody got time for that at 53. Niggas ain't got time for that, bro. You gotta think about this, right? And I ain't trying to throw a damper on nothing. But let's think about this, right? How old you turn today, Mo? 43?
42.
42?
42, yep.
Yeah, but time Mo done, he's 62. 63. Sorry, Mo. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Not because I'm sitting here thinking, like, my brain isn't even in the kid conversation at all.
Yeah.
But, like, say I did have a kid at 30, by the time they're 20, I'll be 50. But it's just, like, there's so many things, like, because then I feel like I'm putting things on hold. I don't know. Things will happen the way they're supposed to happen, but my brain can't even go that far. But when he brings that up, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but see, Mo got a few kids because he gonna have his daughter.
got a sophomore in college.
Yeah, I'm just about to say he gonna have kids. Yeah, brother. How your youngest is a girl?
No, so I got 2 young boys, a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. They're young boys.
Yeah.
And then I got a 19-year-old in college. But to your point, I grew through the years of watching my daughter play basketball and going through the whole morale of, like, you know, going to the game. Your child may not get all the playing time you want the child to get. So I actually did myself something better. I said, with my kids, we focusing on business. Yeah. So I said, I can kind of control that because I got some shit moving down the right track.
Right.
And I said, I don't know if they're going to be as athletic and as hungry as I am. So I'm not even going to put that on their life.
Yeah, that burden on them. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I just said we're going to focus around business. I'm going to bring you around the coaching staff if you want to do that. If you want to be a general manager of the team, if you want to learn about business, I'm going to just keep you in those environments. And so that's what I did to not even get them hooked on sports. If they want to play cool, but we're not about to be like, you ain't got to get daddy out the hood and mom's out the hood. We ain't going down that path.
Right.
Okay, and again, happy birthday, Maurice. But let's get into this quote from Dion. So in a recent interview where he addressed the high-profile firings of coaches like Brian Kelly, Bill Napier, and James Franklin, Sanders compared firing a coach to getting a BBL. He said, you can get a BBL, you can come in here flat as I don't know what and leave thick as a Snicker. He was using this comparison to people looking for quick fixes. So Maurice, what are your thoughts on this?
No, I tell you what. I said, man, this dude Prime got away with words because I'm pretty sure. So I said, I'm pretty sure my entire time of football, I ain't never heard nobody make an analogy with a BBL. So I said, my man Prime got away with words, but I do agree with him that, you know, in the era that we in, nobody even considers development. And what he's really talking about is that you've had, you know, 7 or 8 firings from major college coaches. And so he was standing in solidarity and defense of the coaches like, hey, man, we don't even want to see the process work itself out, right? And you can understand the situation that he's in also, where he got things to work out. But, you know, we look at everything in a microwave where you think that, you know, people are supposed to be good right away and things are supposed to be a result right away. And he was making actual comparisons to society. Like, you can get Amazon right now, and if you want information, you can get it right now. And so he was, for anybody who didn't see the clip, he just gave so many examples of things that you get right now, but you can't view sports through that same lens. And so that's what he was saying. But the BBL comment was real silly to me.
Yo, Mo. So break this down real quick. Why was he? Because I didn't see the clip.
Yeah, I give you context. So you've had LSU, you've had Florida, you had Oklahoma State, and you probably had 7 or 8 major colleges, Virginia Tech. They all fired their coaches mid-season. You've never seen anything like this.
Hold on real quick, not to cut you off. Now, maybe I didn't really read too much detail. Why did the LSU coach get fired? I heard he's fucking with a bitch or something, though.
No, he just wasn't winning.
Okay.
And, LSU was the only college or the only major college in Louisiana. And so they sort of run the state. And even actually
there's none with a bitch that was going on.
I'm gonna try to find it.
No, this ain't that. If that's new news to me, if it was, but this wasn't that. He just wasn't winning.
Yeah.
And so you had all of these major colleges sort of getting rid of their coaches real fast.
Got you.
But they were trying to put Dion up under the same gun. Like, yo, we've seen people get buyouts for $90 million. We've seen people get buyouts for $70 million, even though they just gave you 55. Like, do you think that, you'll be bought out or that they'll be patient with you? Because everybody's been getting fired because of, people want people to win real fast. So he was basically saying that, hey, with sports, like I'm pretty sure with music, you just can't go make a great album or go make great records just because we think that you can. Like there's a process to development. And he's saying with athletics, you still have to develop people and you still have to, have some sense around that. And that's what he was saying. But he was like making a comparison to a BBL.
Right.
And you can
Okay.
get a shot,
I
you got
totally
fat
understand that. I get it.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, man. Coach Prime, man, that nigga, I see why he's rapping when he's playing football. That nigga got bars, yo. That nigga got crazy bars, man. Yo, I love that comparison because, and I like what you just said too, Mo, is that microwave. Sometimes when you put it in the oven, it's delicious, but niggas is so hungry they can't wait. Niggas like, damn, I gotta wait for the stove to heat up and put it in there. And I can just pop this shit in the microwave, and it's 2 different tastes, but you still get full. So I understand, you know what I'm saying? So I totally get where Coach Prime is coming from. Niggas said, yo, I'm tired of trying to do squats and go to the gym and eat healthy and eat grits and oatmeal. I want a fat ass next week. I ain't got time. How many squats I got to do? And I keep eating all this grits and steak and all this shit. My shit just not getting plump. I get that. I get that to the T. But to Coach Prime's point, we are in a society where niggas do not want to wait 9 months for a baby. Like, we are in that type of society. Like, yo, is it a way we could just pop the shit out next week so I ain't got to wait the whole 9 months? They going to try and invent that soon. I bet you they do. But that's just society. We are very impatient, short attention span. We cannot wait for anything. And it's just sad. Look, what's that nigga name? Like you said, Mo, I seen the nigga, even though they're supposed to win, that nigga up there at Penn State, right? There's Ken, that nigga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga fucking lost the whiteout game and all type of shit, nigga. Ken, nigga, we supposed to win. And when you think about LSU, right? Let's think about this, right? And you know better than me because, Mo, you keep up with college football better than I do. Talent matters, and I'm not saying recruiting doesn't matter. Now with the transfer portal status in there right now, maybe she could tell me about the niggas that's going on in the transfer portal. Transfer, NIL, recruiting, all that counts. But when you think about LSU, right, and I don't know, you know better than me because you're in, Ohio State, you're in the top 10 every year. But let's think about the last time LSU won. Who was fucking playing? Joe Burrow.
19.
Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
Jamar Chase. These is niggas at the top of the NFL. Like, this wasn't a regular group of niggas that was just randomly playing at LSU. This was the top of the top. You got two of the top 5 receivers in the NFL right now. You had a quarterback that's a top 5 quarterback, potentially top 3 or 4 quarterback in the NFL right now playing for LSU. So you're not going to get these generational talents that you had every year. Now, don't get me wrong. Every year, people go to the NFL from college. Even like if you sit there and think about your school. Y'all niggas probably got dozens of players every year. I don't know. At least 10, 12, 15, maybe 20 players a year. But they're not all notable names. Some may be linebackers who are going to get a good check. Some may be a cornerback going to get a good check. You know, everybody's not Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I can't say what LSU was doing and LSU wasn't doing. But goddamn, the last time they won, they had fucking superheroes on their team. Real live fucking superheroes. You know what I'm saying? So the Coach Prime point, man, I'm sorry that it's going like this, but I don't think that's just football. I think that's society, and that's why he related it to a BBL. I want a fatty next week if I'm a bitch.
I want to say it is a great comparison because, like, even just life, I feel like back in the days, I'm talking about back in the days, back to the days that I can remember, everybody wanted to be a doctor. Everybody wanted to be like those type of occupations that you know made a lot of money, specifically even just like anesthesiologists, because you would look and you've seen that they're making this amount of money in a year. Things have switched. People want to be influencers. People want to be streamers because they know this is a way quicker way for them to make so much money in a short span of time. Am I saying it's right? No, but if you see that there's a quicker way to get to your end goal, it's going to happen.
That's the number one. I forget what I was watching. This may have been 8, 9, 10 months ago. The number one occupation for preteens and teenagers is to be influencers, and I felt so sad. I felt bad when I watched that shit. I said, I know Asia, China, they gonna come get us. Like, I think my son is safe, but the next generation after that, yo, my nigga, niggas gonna come get us, my nigga. And Americans enjoy it now. I'm telling you right now, enjoy it. Y'all better enjoy it. Cause niggas is lining up to come get us. You ever see the movie Salt? It's gonna be on another level. They are plotting and planning, and I have no facts to this. But if the number one occupation for preteens and teenagers is to be influencers, it is bad. Ain't no motherfucking IG, ain't no motherfucking Snapchat, all that shit ain't in China. They got their own shit. Cause they ain't letting you influence their kids and what they got going on. They will not let you in what's the word I'm looking invade what they got going on, cause it's a plot and a plan. Like, let them niggas keep on being influencers. They ain't gonna know how to work a drone when shit come drop on it.
Oh,
listen,
damn.
I'm just saying, man. I don't wish it. I'm American, but I see the stupidity. And when that's the wrong word to use. I don't want to use the word stupidity. I get it. Less work, make more. But who's going to do the real work when it's time to be done? I'm a person like that, and I'm not saying influencer. I'm one of them nigga work smarter, not harder ass niggas. And if that's smarter to make money, I get it. But it's gonna.
But you're talking about real occupations that run the world, that run the country.
Right.
Real goods and services, and not. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's also like,
believe me, I get it.
I want to ask y'all this: how do you think that appeal comes back, or you just think it won't? Because it's like when you're seeing how fast things can change, and even down to like we're seeing now athletes are okay with like dropping everything that they've ever worked for to become rappers, because they're like, okay, if I get a viral song, this might be the thing that takes me to the end goal, so I don't gotta play for 5-10 years and like put work and weary on my body. And down to the influencer thing, like, okay, I can drop a quick little viral clip and I can make money off of that.
You talking about the ball nigga?
I wasn't even talking about him specifically, but shoot, it was his. It worked for him.
Did it work?
I feel like it works if you're getting booked consistently, and he is getting booked consistently. So I'll give it to him. But it doesn't work for everybody.
But was he in the NBA though? Nah. It's a good plan B though. This is plan B, man.
That does go back to the plan B.
Plan B, man. But yeah.
No, but you.
Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you have to be grooming people for the next political generation, next medical generation, next accounting. Like all of whenever you see all these baby boomers get old, they're vacating positions. They're vacating small businesses. Small businesses is basically what runs the country. You know what I'm saying? All of these real estate developers and investors, and really we're in debt so much to China and all of these other foreign nations. Now, like all that stuff is actually going on now. All of if you look at home investment is bought up by private equity, that the funds are owned by people out of Europe and all across the world. But all that stuff is going on now. And if you're telling me, and this is a whole different conversation, but Cam is right. Like if you have people focusing on, hey, I'm just going to invest my time into these platforms to entertain and make a couple bucks. Like you're not building the next group of people to help keep the infrastructure in place, you know. And I don't want to turn this into a political conversation because it goes somewhere else. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Lo. Think about this, man. Listen. Your phone will tell you how many hours you spend on it every week. You'll look at it and you'll be like, God, when I looked at my shit, I was like, damn, I was on this motherfucker 8 hours. And somebody's like, what? My shit was 59 hours. I'm like, 59 hours on the motherfucking phone all week? Niggas be on their phone. I thought 7 hours was a lot, my nigga. It wasn't nothing. But then you sit there and look at some of this shit, right? I see people exploiting their kids for content. You know, I sit there and watch this shit and I be like, yo, this one little girl who cursed her mother out every fucking day. I hate it, but I can't stop watching it. I'm like, where's the mother gonna slap the shit out of this bitch one day? Little Amelia, I think her name is, man.
Amelia.
Yeah, because she just say, shut up, bitch, to her mother. The mother's like, oh my God, you see what I have to deal with? I'm like, this gotta be for content. They gotta be monetizing this shit. But it's wild disrespectful. But they sitting there saying, fuck it. Shit, paying my bills every month. I'm grabbing me about $4,200 a month. My rent, $1,200. Phone bill, yeah, that's good. Yo, Amelia, curse me out one more time. We're going to get some more money. And that's kind of the society that we're living in right now. Not with everybody, but I'm just saying, to Mo's point and to what I was trying to say, and I think Mo articulated it better than I did, what is the next few couple generations going to do when nigga going to hand a nigga a nail, a hammer, and a saw, and they be like, what I'm supposed to do with this? AI can't build this building. We get to find an AI. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll find some machines to start doing shit like that. But as far as people doing it personally, I don't know.
Now, shifting from football to basketball, we got to talk about the Lakers. So Austin Reaves dropped 51 points in the Lakers' 127-120 win versus the Kings. So how do you feel about the state of the Lakers right now? And Maurice, how far do you think the Lakers can go as long as Luka and LeBron are injured?
Oh, man, well, I don't know. I enjoy watching the Lakers. I think, everybody like watching them on TV if you just, enjoy watching basketball. And I was surprised to see him have back-to-back nights like that. To be honest, I've always looked for Luka to sort of be like the premier player or the guy that they'll be feeding shots to. But obviously, since LeBron isn't playing, you have to have somebody else to contribute outside of Luka. But in the West, I don't think that they'll get too far. I don't even know if they'll be competitive come down the pipe, be it with the pause with Houston and also OKC. Seeing those two teams earlier this season, even though it was a game or two that we've seen, I just don't see that they have the pieces to be competitive with them. Obviously, like everybody else, everybody's waiting to see what goes on with LeBron. And this is not a knock to him, but I'm not even sure, even with LeBron back into the picture, that the West has a chance or that the Lakers have a chance to win the West. But kudos to him. I know everybody have talked about Austin Reaves over the last few years, and I just know it's a huge confidence builder when you go get, 51 and 41 points back to back, and then you have Luka and the potential with LeBron, but they have to figure that thing out internally with him. But I don't even think with LeBron inside the picture that the West or that they'll be in championship contention unless they make some massive trades before then.
Yeah, white nigga doing his thing. Like, nigga always do his thing. That ain't, to me, it's not about Austin Rivers scoring 51 or 41 or whatever. What?
Reaves. Sorry.
Austin Reaves, my bad. Austin Rivers, fuck he at. My bad. I don't even know why he on my motherfucking mind. My bad, Reaves. I don't know why the fuck Austin Rivers popped into my head. Pause. But yeah, Austin Reaves, pardon me. It ain't about him scoring 51 or 41. It's about look, you know you got an outstanding one scorer in Luka. It isn't just this year. Last year, Austin Reaves showed some light when LeBron wasn't playing that he could get numbers. We know what LeBron can do. We've been watching him for 200 years. We know he's good. It's the chemistry. Can all three of those players play together and make the Lakers better than what they've been the last few years? You know you got a nigga in Luka. Luka played the first 2-3 games. He's averaging close to fucking 42, 43, 44 points. I don't know. But he had outstanding numbers. The most points by a Laker in the first 2 games ever. And we think about all the Lakers that's been there over the history of since the Lakers been a franchise. And you know what LeBron does. Now we see for the last couple of years what Austin Reaves does, but I don't see that being complementary basketball to each other. Luka's ball dominant. We see this year, I was really surprised, of course, as many points as he scored, but he's getting Ayton involved. And I'm like, damn, Ayton is getting wide open shots at the basket. You know, I'm not a big Ayton fan, but this year Luka had me liking Ayton a little bit. I don't like the color of his dye, of his hair. I never seen a nigga dye they hair the same color as they skin. So now it just looks like you got skin braids. Cause yeah, skin is the same color as the 420 dye in his hair. I don't get it. That's a fashion topic. We'll worry about that another day. But I'm just talking about the chemistry of those 3 great offensive players. Will it equal wins? And I'm not sure that it will. Because Austin Reaves has done this before. Maybe not 51 points. We know he could score. That's why the Lakers gave him that chicken. He got that chicken because he could score. You know, while LeBron gets paid, we see what Luka can do. I don't see the chemistry. And maybe I'll be wrong, but we have yet to see. LeBron got a few weeks till he come back. Luka, he lost all that weight all summer, and I don't even know how he's hurt. Like, niggas is injured. Niggas played 16 minutes this whole season. I'm talking about everybody. There's a niggas injured. You know, Sen is in the building today. Fucking first game, OG Anunoby grabbing his leg. Ow, what y'all niggas doing all summer, man? Yo, niggas need milk paws, man. Nigga here with this Nick hat on like they killing them. Niggas 2-2, last in the second in the division, fully undefeated. Listen, man, I can't say anybody get hurt at any time, but these little nasty injuries, and nigga Sen told me actually yesterday when the Knicks lost, now they a little tired. Yo, it's the 4th game of the season, Mo. The fucking niggas tired. See, niggas don't do the right thing in the summer. Niggas be bullshitting in the summer. I ain't gonna focus on sending the Knicks. You know, he's my peripheral right now, so I see him. But the point being is, all jokes aside, the chemistry, the camaraderie for the Lakers, I don't know if that's gonna be there. As far as Austin Reaves holding it down while LeBron and Luka is out, it depends on the schedule. I don't have the schedule in front of me. It depends on who they play. But I don't see this to agree to Mo's point. Even with all 3 of them, in my opinion, they don't go too far. They playoff team, but that doesn't get out the first round.
Just to answer your question. Just going to go over the next games really quick before you go, Maurice, and then Cam, if you want to also add. So it's the Timberwolves, then the Grizzlies, then the Heat, then the Blazers, the Spurs, then the Hawks.
Timberwolves.
Yeah, Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Heat, Blazers, Spurs, Hawks.
Maybe the Heat, maybe the Blazers. You know, Ant-Man's not going to let Austin Reaves do that to him. That's what Ant-Man's not going to do. You know, and then Ja Morant, I don't think he's going to let that happen. I know Sen is upset. You know what Wemby out here doing. Niggas better get back. You know that. See what Wim doing out here, my nigga. Get facts. Word up, man.
Somebody's mad. I'm sorry. The reactions are crazy.
Word, man. So,
minutes.
Yeah, man. So that's my opinion. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Mo, guy, you got something to say?
No, I was just saying, there's an old thing that, like, when you drop way too fast in anything, you're injury prone. So when you talk about Luka being injured, there's a good chance that he dropped a bunch of weight too fast to get in as good a shape as he is. And so they say you lose a lot of muscle mass when you do drop weight very fast. And so I can see that being an issue or some sort of issue, but that's the same thing with Zion. Anybody who drops weight, or like, how like when boxers drop weight real fast, they're a little bit weaker than what they typically are because they dehydrate themselves and just do it in an unhealthy way.
Yeah. What I'll add, first of all, I mean, congrats to Austin Reaves, because I feel like he plays best in these moments when he's the main person on the court, which, I mean, if you're one of the better players, of course that would happen. But I feel like as long as Austin Reaves is a Laker playing with LeBron and Luka, he's always going to be overshadowed. So it's like, okay, cool, we're seeing these 40-plus point games from him, but is that going to continue on once, the rest of their team gets more healthier? I'm not really sure. I would hope so, because that would help the Lakers, but I feel like a lot of things are unpredictable, especially because obviously, like, the Lakers is one of like the best overall franchises, but they just have so many injuries that they just obviously can't control. Like, even like their starting five, like we know Jared Vanderbilt, but he typically gets injured. Same with Hachimura, DeAndre Ayton. Kind of don't really know where things go like that. They already have Luka out. They already have LeBron out. Their second center, Jackson Hayes, is injured. Like, they just have too many injury problems. So it's like, I don't know if they'll be able to sustain winning as the season goes on, because how durable are these guys going to be as it progresses for them? So it's like, cool, this is great flashes at the beginning of the season, and we're hoping that everybody can come back and be healthier. But at the end of the day, the team that's the healthiest with the best players is the one that's going to win. And I just feel like they struggle with that a lot, especially not even just this season, I would say last season as well. So hopefully they could kind of figure that out. Because like Cam was saying, like, what is happening in the off season for these players to come back and then get injured so early on? So I don't know if they can figure it out, but Austin Reaves is the good old American white boy from Arkansas, could play well, but I just don't think he'll ever be at that level and in those types of conversations. I think he's just going to have a lot of good nights. Hopefully he'll continue to have good nights, but I don't know how long that's going to stay. That's what I'll say. So with that, and obviously we know LeBron is still injured, do you guys think this may be the start of LeBron losing control of his career for the first time, or you just think that that will never change, Maurice?
Yeah, and when I put the question together, that was what came to my mind. So, when everybody asks the questions about LeBron, like, everybody seems to like criticize him from the same like vantage point. And sometimes I always ask, like, is everybody asking the right question, or just, have we not thought about something else? And it just made me think about LeBron's situation, that this is the first time that somebody's influencing how, I don't want to say how he goes out the game, but they're not about to let him control the team that much more. And I think that's what this is just my opinion too. There's no fact checking to this. It's just my opinion of how things are going. But I think everybody talks about the sciatic nerve, and they not believing that that's a thing. And I don't have an opinion one way or another, but I do see, the new ownership group who's taking over the Lakers. I can see somebody coming in from a business standpoint and say, hey man, if we're to run any business, we can't have the employees dictating what the ownership group does. And so we have to kind of control his contract and dictate terms to him. And I can see sort of like a struggle of power with that. And mind you, that's, nothing factual. It's just my assumption that if I invested a bunch of money into the team, I wouldn't be investing money into the team and allowing the people who are on the court to dictate how these things go. And how it turns out, I don't know. But that's just my opinion as to what we're watching. And this may be the first time that LeBron just doesn't have ultimate control and leverage, is because he doesn't have as many years left to play basketball.
I think that LeBron will leave the game before he loses the control that he has. I think him and Rich Paul, they've been in clutch sports, they've been in so much control so long that if it did get to a point like Mo was saying, and I don't have no facts to what I'm saying either, this is my opinion, the nigga be like, I'll be out. I don't give a fuck. Word, niggas acting crazy. Bye, see, who's your next star? Like, we got a bunch of stars that we can look at moving forward in the NBA. Mo has a great point, because you got to think about this. Lakers about putting asses in the seats, the Lakers organization. And they found a great superstar with Luka Doncic for the next era, after LeBron leaves, whenever LeBron decides to leave. But as far as LeBron one of them situations like, yo, you ain't heard LeBron got traded to the Wizards. I think LeBron a curve before niggas start trading him all over the place.
Yeah.
And I don't mean no disrespect to Chris Paul, but, you know, shit like that. Like, I turn on TV, you just see this nigga in a random jersey somewhere. Like, oh, shit, I didn't even know nigga played for them niggas. Oh, shit. Oh, that shit nigga play back with the Clippers? Oh, shit, Chris. And I don't mean disrespectful, you know, because sometimes we play, but, you know, sometimes you just don't know. You know, Sen was showing me some shit on Instagram where DeAndre Jordan dunked on somebody and the Boston coach is in the huddle and he said, yo, this nigga ain't have a job 4 days ago. You let this nigga dunk on you? Niggas coming off the streets and just out here playing basketball. I think that's where, before I get to that, Bron will be like, yo, kiss my ass, get the fuck out of here, y'all wildin'. But, you know, I'm not saying nothing bad or wrong what I'm about to say. When you think about somebody like Bronny, right? We see the power as well. And I'm not talking about his playing skills or anything like that. I'm talking about where an agent can sit there and tell 30 teams, don't touch him, even if you think about it. He's only going to go to the Lakers or the Phoenix Suns, and outside of that, you're wasting your time. Nigga, like, God damn. And then it happens. I'm not saying Clutch Sports don't do their thing, because they absolutely do their motherfucking thing. You know, shout out to the staff over there. But it's like Bron, like, y'all, you know how long ago Bron said he want to play with his son? Said shit about 7 years ago. Niggas, I remember nigga was saying this shit. I'm like, this nigga out of his motherfucking mind talking about he gonna play ball with his son when the rumors was coming out. When nigga was a toddler, niggas was talking about, yeah, I'm gonna play ball with my son. Yeah, I'm gonna play ball with my son. Then the nigga really played ball with his son. Yeah. Nigga don't wanna let that kind of power go. Niggas say, yo, thank y'all, good night, fuck y'all niggas, I had fun. And I'm going on to my next portion of what I'm gonna do in my life. I don't think nigga wanna let that type of power go.
So I'll say this. So I can agree with 100% with what you're talking about. But what I was asking was like, is even though he wouldn't go for it, and it's just the beginning, but the only reason I asked for it because I said you just had this new infusion of money. And it ain't Jeannie Buss no more and all of her controlling power. Now I know she still has the managerial control, and she was fighting for that. But like, if I gave you $9 billion, this going how I say go. Like you gonna
see you're right.
You going
yeah, absolutely.
That's how I was thinking about it. But I also believe, like, I also want to kind of support what you're saying. His
I think that what you're saying is right, and I think what I'm saying is right. You're looking at it from the ownership point, and I'm looking at it from LeBron's point. So I'm not. What you're saying is, as an owner, is 100% right. And then I'm saying on the shoe on the other foot, I dig it. 10 billion, you gotta do what you gotta do, but I ain't gotta do what you gotta do. So I hear you, nigga. But I'm gonna step to the side. I made me a couple billion myself in the process. So I think that you're 100% right. Nigga, invest $10 billion. Yo, come on, we can't have niggas telling us what to do. But at the same time, nigga, like LeBron, like, I can't have niggas telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we're both, like I said, none of us have facts to even one of this, but I get what you're saying. I think you're 100% right, but I just think that's how LeBron and them. Look, man, if the Lakers want to sit there and trade LeBron to you know, to fucking to the Wizards, you know, I'm just thinking that's probably the worst team I could think of right now. LeBron, I think LeBron would be professional and say go over there and play a few games and be like, my toe hurt. And then be like, yo, Rich, figure this out. Because if you think I'm going to play more than 3 games in Washington, I'll just say fuck the whole shit and start doing try to get my ownership on. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with that too. Okay, so we got an interesting quote from Jeff Teague. He says that the Hawks need more dark-skinned players. He said, it's not about being racist. We need somebody with some grit, anger, or something. I swear to God, we need an Isaiah Stewart, and we need one wing that's a little more aggressive. We got a lot of finesse players, like Porzingis is a finesse player. Jalen Johnson is a finesse player. We just don't got nobody who's kind of like a grit. I even like a Marcus Smart type of player, somebody who might foul somebody for real. So, Maurice, do you agree with that statement? And then how do you interpret what he said? Because I think sometimes people get the wrong little message from that. What do you think?
Yeah. I understand the context of their podcast, the 520 podcast, and they joke a lot. And he a very funny dude. Him and all the dudes from Indianapolis, and so in context, like if you grew up in the hood, if you grew up around hood shit, everybody had like the one dark skinned dude who was just like mad aggressive, or you played sports with just dudes who was like that. He was more so speaking like that, but in the era of the internet, everybody gets offended. And they turned it into, who needs a slave master when you have, athletes talking like this. And then, once that narrative got pushed on the line, everybody started talking about it like that. But it was just him joking and them just playing on, if you grew up in the hood, you just had, different scenarios where, whether you making jokes about light-skinned dudes or dark-skinned dudes and who tough and all that stuff. So I took it as that, but people made it more than what it is. And I think once you had, that the mob of who needs the white man, when you got black dudes talking like this, it just turned into something else. But I took it as them joking, but you would have to watch their show on a regular basis to know what they was talking about.
Yeah, look, I like Jeff Teague. I think he's very funny. I like him as a player too. I think he's very funny. But we said this years ago. We say it every year. We said it last week. We said it 2 weeks ago. I just was talking about niggas with the hair. I like. What? I'm not saying they taking our shit or nothing like that. I wouldn't accuse Jeff Teague of that. I could pull up 92 clips from this show where we say it's too many light-skinned niggas and niggas need some dogs. Murder says it. I'm not going to comment. I'm going to say it wrong. I like Jeff Teague.
It has been said multiple times. Just add that. Mason said the curly hair, the gel. Cam talked about the fits, the tunnel. I'm just sharing.
Yeah.
But I will add.
I think niggas try to trigger me with that. I ain't gonna feed into that. I think that was a setup question. I ain't gonna do it. Jeff.
We are gonna go to break. When we return, we will discuss why certain coaches struggle. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. Tonight, the Pelicans will play the Nuggets. Underdog has Jokic at 26.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
It's the Pelicans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we going to go higher.
Okay.
Definitely.
Jamal Murray is at 23.5 points. Higher or lower?
Jamal Murray, I'm going to go lower. He really turned up towards the end of the season and playoff time, man. He starts off slow. We're going to go lower for Jamal.
Okay, and Zion, 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower?
See, Zion, people see his highlights and confuse that with numbers. That's why underdog is great at what they do, because they know that that's probably around exactly what it's going to be, but I'm going to go lower for Zion.
Okay. Make sure y'all download the Underdog app and you can make your picks too. So we've seen that great players and sometimes big name players very rarely have success in coaching in football and basketball. So Maurice, what are some things that you assume they struggle with when coaching?
From being around it, one thing that I believe that coaches who are very, very talented and very good at, and I think that people have noted it was a struggle with Michael Jordan when he was, with the Hornets, the Bobcats, or whatever they were called at the time that he owned them. And I think that people who are very talented think that players who they coach or who they're trying to coach, that things come as easy to them as they do to the people who are very talented. And that's the one thing that I see that, and I'm just around some former players now who coach at Ohio State. And when I see them like struggle with like them explaining stuff to people and people not catching on fast enough, I be thinking to myself like, yeah, that's what you were good at doing. But trying to motivate, encourage, and go through the process to teach somebody else and be patient with that, I think that's a thing that coaches struggle with. You know what I mean? And I can't give you a ton of basketball examples, but I'm pretty sure in some regard. I know Cam visited Coach Prime a lot, and I wonder if they had like just a private conversation and he has, more notable names and just the adjustment of coaching. I wonder if that would like be coming, or has it ever became an issue? Just with him being so talented and assuming that guys should get like the little nuances right away. So that's one thing that I think that, guys may struggle with.
Yeah, this was a great topic, Mo. To me, outside of Coach Prime, Coach Prime is great. I think that a lot of great coaches that were athletes or former professional players, they were the ones who weren't superstars. But they turned into great coaches, owners, whatever the case may be. Like, that's a great example, right? You think about Michael Jordan, superstar. The top of the top, the creme de la creme of superstars. Was he a great owner? Not really. Now we have two different scenarios, right? Now let's think about Magic Johnson, superstar. Was he a good coach? No, he wasn't a good coach. Good owner, good consultant? Yeah. He wins World Series. He's part owner of the Commanders. We see, even though outside of sports, we know his business acumen, but in sports, he's got a WNBA title. He knows how to win, but he wasn't necessarily a good coach. Those are two superstars on different spectrums, but bad owner for, not saying bad owner for Michael Jordan, just couldn't get it done. And Magic Johnson as a coach couldn't get it done. Even let's think about Magic Johnson as a GM, right? You sit there and you draft Lonzo Ball, which you could have got De'Aaron Fox, and you missed out on that opportunity. Then you sit there and recruit LeBron to get to the Lakers, and then you end up peeling out because you like, I can't do this, I can't do that, whether it's Rob Pelinka. I'm pretty sure Magic's not stupid. He know why he left, and he had reasons behind it, but it didn't work out. But he's great at ownership and great at consulting and so on and so forth. Michael Jordan wasn't. Now let's go to something else to where the player isn't a superstar. Let's think about a player like Phil Jackson. Okay, basketball player, decent, won a championship with the Knicks. Coaching? Top of the line coaching. May have been a better coach, not even may have, definitely a way better coach than player. Let's think about Greg Popovich. I don't know if he played pro, but he played in college. Top of the top coaches, not necessarily a great player. Let's think about Pat Riley. Average player, okay, great coaches. So to me, sometimes the best coaches aren't necessarily at the top of their game as professionals. They were okay, but they were like, you know what? I see this thing better from the outside looking in. You think it's something, you go to boxing. There's a lot of great boxing trainers that were boxers that turned out being bad in trainers. Think about Freddie Roach. He used to box. I think he's a spectacular coach or trainer, better than he was boxing. We was talking about it before the show, and you think about, even though Floyd Mayweather Sr., he didn't get a good shot. He, finished his career. He got shot, went to jail, etc. But you sure you fought Sugar Ray? You fought Sugar Ray, son?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a chance, nigga. You had a shot. You had a shot, nigga. Sorry, I like Floyd Mayweather. I'm just saying, you miss out on other opportunities. I think Roger Mayweather, another good, decent boxer, but I think he's a better trainer. So sometimes the average player, boxer, whatever, turns out to be great trainers, owners, etc. As to where when you was a great player, and you may not be that good on the other side after your career is over. So that was a great question, Mo. I think it's just different scenarios for different people.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You don't have to name like any names or anything like that, but is there any parallels to that in the music business? Like I was trying to draw parallels where you go from artist, and I've known that you went from artist to end up being a label, but is it that, things came to me so easy from being a creative that when I try to get somebody else who wants to be an artist, that I didn't necessarily have to take the steps to develop like they may have to. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. That's a great question because a lot of people can't. They'll be great artists, but they can't necessarily break artists. You know what I'm saying? I think if you want to think, I could probably name 10, 20 not that many, maybe 10. It turned out good. You know, even myself, I think I'm decent in introducing artists. Whether they turn out to be platinum and all that, I didn't get to that level. But if you want to use the best example in the world, you can use Jay-Z, which we know is one of the biggest artists ever in the world, most Grammys for a rapper ever. And he signs Rihanna. You can't beat that. You really can't. You know, you already have a spectacular career, then your wife is already have a spectacular career, then you sign Rihanna, and we see what Rihanna turned into. Rihanna's a billionaire. She auditioned for Jay-Z in a hotel or some shit like that. You go from a hotel to a billionaire. I don't know one better than that. Sen, you know anything better than that one that you could probably name or something to that parallel?
No.
Yeah. You can't beat that.
You can't. I want to go back to what Cam was saying, because every situation is different, because some players can be so great, but they're just not good teachers. Because I just think I know like most sports are team efforts, but focusing on yourself and then translating that to developing a team is just a very different ballpark. Because when you were just even thinking of examples, I was just thinking of Pat Ewing when he went to go coach Georgetown. Great player, struggled so bad with Georgetown's team. And I think it just comes down to like, you're getting, because I'm not going to say they had a whole bunch of superstar players on Georgetown's team, but you have to be able to develop them. And if you miss development and then you just can't teach a bigger group, not to say that he wasn't great at what he did, and make that clear, but translating it to a group, especially of college kids, is a lot harder than you performing on a team as your own. So that's what I would say. I just think teaching is a lot harder for certain people. And that's kind of who came to mind for me.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, be careful talking about Patty or, sinners.
I see his faces every time. Anything Knicks, anything. It's like he got something to say, but then thinking about something to say. He ready.
I loved it. Thank you.
He said thank you. Knicks was mentioned.
Yeah.
That's what he's happy about.
He's happy that the Knicks were mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so then now kind of transitioning to development, do you guys think development has a place in collegiate sports now that there's so much money involved, or do you think that that's kind of thrown out the window because of dollar signs kind of taking the upper hand? Maurice?
Yeah, I purposely said this development is over, and I'll tell you why. When you don't have to stay at the same school that you're at, and you don't have to sort of like forge yourself through any adversity or any struggle that you have to go through, if a kid doesn't want to stay around because they're not getting the playing time that they want to, they're gone. And from a coaching standpoint, there's too much money involved, and the environment is pressurized. And Prime kind of alluded to that, saying that, hey, if you don't win now, you're not going to be around long. And so if you look at it from that vantage point, from the top down, just the environment isn't conducive for people developing over a period of time. And so I think the only way to develop, and this is still college, I know the question was about college, I think you have to develop yourself at some of these mid-majors because they don't have as much money invested into the thing as possible, and then you sort of step up. But the days of like a kid going to like a premier Power 5 or Power 4 university and developing, like those days are just long gone. I think when you look at basketball, I think when you look at football from a collegiate standpoint right now, you're going to be looking at like moving forward like a minor league professional system where people have to win right now. And it's just like the NFL. If you don't win within, 2 or 3 years, you're gone. But the whole notion of like, you getting a legacy school and people will be here for 3, 4, 5 years developing, that stuff just isn't a thing.
Nah, I'll just keep it short and sweet. It's over. That's that, man. I know, look, Mo, real quick before we go, because we running out of time. Sen, you always got an attitude. I'll give you 90 seconds on why you have an attitude with us here before we leave. Anything to say bad, what we don't do wrong, and anything up here, whatever. It doesn't even have to be about today's show. It could be about every day when you call me, have an attitude about what we did or didn't do.
What I do want to say is,
the clock on, you have 90 seconds.
I'm glad you just mentioned that, because there's no more grit. There's no more hard work. He thought that the NIL where they pay college students. I said, give them enough to go get some clothes, some sneakers, and take a bitch and go out on a date. That's it. You don't give these kids no millions of dollars, they ain't gonna know what to do. They not gonna really play basketball or really play football. You can't spoil people like that. So he thought it was okay, and I didn't think it was okay. Other than that, we just want some more love on the show. You know, as a New York Knicks fan, we would love some more. You know, and Mo, don't let nobody tell you what age it is that you should make kids. How old do you feel? You feel 35, right? So go ahead and make your kids and do what you want to do. Don't worry about being at the monkey bars 60 years old. You too, Stat, because he always trying to tell somebody how they supposed to feel. When I asked him how he feel, he said, I feel about maybe 38, 37. Well, that ain't your age, partner. So, Mo, go do what you want to do. Stat, you have babies when you feel like it. Don't worry about the monkey bars and the 60 years old. And that's what I want to say. And thank you.
Wow. It was heavy on his chest and his mind. Also, real quick.
Well, hold on. I'm not even finished, but I'll let you say something.
Your camera's there.
Oh, okay. That's my camera.
Well, listen, maybe you didn't need to look at the camera. Yo, Mo, let me ask you something real quick.
Yeah.
To what he just said. Everybody's not going to go pro, so it's about the NIL thing. Do you wish you had NIL when you was playing, just your opinion, or you think it's deterring, or would you rather had it?
Yeah, I would rather have it. Me and Sen disagree about a lot. We're going to disagree on that one too.
We all do.
Yeah.
You're not gonna keep the fire if you got the money, Mo. You're not gonna keep the fire. If I got $1,000 and they'd be like, yo, I play good and I get another maybe a $2,000, I'm thinking about some pussy. I'm thinking about what car I could put a lease on. I'm thinking about that. So you know what? I'm gonna go play. The fire is out. If I got the money, I ain't getting up. You know what Marvin Hagler said? It's hard to get out of bed to go training, to get out of bed that got silk sheets. It's hard to get out of bed.
Yeah, you know it's crazy stat. You know Marvin Hagler?
No.
Exactly.
He's but you do.
Yeah. But you do know Marvin Hagler. You gotta just think about it. Think about it. If you put your head, if you think about it. But listen, I get what Sen's saying. He has a point to that, but there's two things to go with that. What I have to say, and I'll let Mo finish that topic up, is this. It's first of all, if you're getting that money, it's two things. First of all, everybody's not gonna go pro. It's just not gonna happen. So if you can make you a couple million and then start your life off after you're not going to go to the NBA or the NFL or whatever, baseball, and you leave and say, look, I made me $3 million in college. It worked out. I'm going to get a job or start a business or whatever, but at least I left with $3 million because I know I'm not going to the next level to play. To me, that's great. Secondly, if you're sitting there saying, look, and I'm not disagreeing with you on this part, people may be like, yeah, I made this, I'm going to go get me a Maybach, especially if you never had money before. I'm going to go lease this car, go get this. But if that's your ceiling of getting money and you think you go to the next level, if NIL money's your ceiling, and you like, damn, I see what they getting in the NBA, I see what they get in the NFL, I'm cool with this $11,000, then maybe you don't need to be going to the next level. Maybe your fire could have been put out, according to you, at $11,000, $12,000, $13,000, and niggas don't need that in their organization moving forward anyway. It's better if you don't have the fire, but Sen's quote, your fire gets put out after you made a few dollars on NIL money. You have to have determination to say, this is not enough, I want more. I do that every day, and everybody's passion is different. Me and you think differently on certain things. But I'm just talking about me every day, and I'm not saying you have ingenuity too. I'm sitting there saying enough ain't enough. It's never enough. I always want more because I see what people get. Right now, right, I'll give you an example, right? Just me and Sen, right? I'm just giving you an example, right? I live in a nice place. I like my place. I'm moving soon, in a little while. I'm about to move. I just bought some land. But it's a big-ass, I live in a big complex, and these houses up the hill. And I live in a big house, and I go on my balcony, I smoke, and I look up there and say, these niggas trying to play me up there. Word up. Word up, niggas is looking down on me, and niggas trying to play me. So like, what's wrong with you, man? I said, nah, you don't get it. He said, this is a big house, this is a mansion, man. Bathrooms in every bedroom. I said, nah, man, nah. This the NIL money in here, man. It's that pro money up there, man. That's whatever. Yeah, man, I'm just telling you. I got to get up there. That's what I said to myself. I don't care the house at 15, man. I got to get up there. That's what I said, man. And that's what I'm trying to explain to him, man. So I'm not disagreeing with you. everybody got different ingenuity, man.
True. He's still shaking his head.
Yeah, I know.
He did not like me. It's okay. Before we wrap, Maurice, do you have a quick update on your show?
Oh no, we every day. I think Nick is switching it to 2 p.m. If I'm wrong, Nick will correct me. But every day we're on the network. It's called Start with the Facts. It's just us talking college sports, pro sports, laughing, joking. You know, me and the fellas in just a different environment, more relaxed, but just having fun talking about sports. So every day, I don't know if it's going to be on 2 or 5 p.m. Nick will let you know, and we're going to do a weekend show as well. And so
2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. Yeah, okay. So 2 p.m. Eastern time. But y'all can check us out every day, and we will do a weekend show. So it's called Start with the Facts.
Oh, make sure y'all check it out. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Maurice, you know it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Likewise to you all.
Thank y'all for watching. Happy birthday again, Maurice. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.